Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to look at the 7 types of pronouns, and I've also included some examples of common mistakes with pronouns so that you can practice identifying them. Okay, first of all, what is a pronoun? A pronoun is a word that replaces a noun to avoid repetition or to make a sentence flow more smoothly. So instead of saying John went to the store and John bought some milk, we can say John went to the store and he bought some milk. In this example, the pronoun he replaces the noun John. There are 7 types of pronouns, and mastering them is essential to clear and effective writing. 1. Personal pronouns. These are used to replace specific people or things. For example, I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. 2. Possessive pronouns. These show ownership or possession. For example, mine, yours, his, hers, its, ours, and theirs. 3. Reflexive pronouns. These refer back to the subject of the sentence. For example, myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourselves, yourselves, and themselves. 4. Demonstrative pronouns. These point to specific things. For example, this, that, these, and those. 5. Interrogative pronouns. These are used to ask questions. For example, who, whom, whose, what, and which. 6. Relative pronouns. These connect or introduce clauses in a sentence. For example, who, whom, whose, which, and that, and no. 7. Indefinite pronouns. These refer to non-specific people or things. For example, some, any, all, none, each, every, few, and many. Let's take a closer look at each one. First, personal pronouns. These are used to replace nouns that are either the subject or the object of a verb or a preposition. For example, I love swimming. You are my best friend. He works as a teacher. Notice how in each sentence the personal pronoun is either the subject or the object of the verb. Next, possessive pronouns. These show ownership or possession. For example, is that your book? That's mine, not me. We use possessive pronouns to show who or what something belongs to. Third, reflexive pronouns. These pronouns are used when the subject of a sentence performs an action on itself. For example, she hurt herself. They named themselves after a famous band. In this case, the subject she and they perform the action on themselves. Fourth, demonstrative pronouns. These pronouns are used to point to specific things or people. For example, this is my favorite song. That is your book. These are our plans for the future. Demonstrative pronouns can also be adjectives, as you can see here. Fifth, interrogative pronouns. These pronouns are used to ask questions. For example, who is your best friend? Whom did you meet at the party? Whose book is this? What do you like to do? Which dress do you prefer? When asking questions, the interrogative pronoun usually comes at the beginning of the sentence. Sixth, relative pronouns. These pronouns are used to introduce a relative clause, which is a clause that provides more information about a noun or pronoun in the main clause. For example, the man who lives next door is a doctor. The book that you lent me was great. When using relative pronouns, make sure that the noun or pronoun in the relative clause is clear and agrees in number with the noun it refers to. Seventh, indefinite pronouns. These pronouns refer to nonspecific people or things. For example, some students like pizza. Any book can be a good book. All flowers are beautiful. None of the cakes were delicious. Each player has a different skill. Every cloud has a silver lining. Now, let's look at some common pronoun mistakes. First of all, unclear antecedent reference. This happens when the antecedent or the noun that a pronoun refers to is not clear. For example, John went to the store and he bought some milk. Who went to the store? In this sentence, it's not clear who he refers to. It could be John or the person who went to the store. To avoid this mistake, make sure that the pronoun has a clear antecedent in the sentence. Second, in correct case usage, pronouns have to cases, subject case and object case. For example, she gave the book to him is correct. But she gave the book to her is incorrect because her is a possessive pronoun, not an object pronoun. To avoid this mistake, use the correct pronoun case based on its function in the sentence. Third, agreement errors with collective nouns. Collective nouns are nouns that refer to groups of people or things. For example, team, jury, family, and government when using pronouns with collective nouns. Make sure that the pronoun agrees in number with the noun. For example, the team is playing well or the team are playing well. And the fourth one, overuse of pronouns. Sometimes students overuse pronouns, which can make the writing unclear. For example, he went to the store and he saw a book and he bought the book. In this example, 3 different things referred to the same thing. To avoid this mistake, use pronouns correctly and only when necessary. So, that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it useful, don't forget to like and share it. And if you want to learn English with us, you can start today. You can find the link below. Thank you and see you soon. Bye.